Welcome to the 2019 CS Exceptions Training. Before we begin, I want to cover some ground rules. You'll be sent a link to our YouTube channel in your email. Please use the comment section for any questions, comments, or concerns that you might have about the training. Everyone will have 5 hours to complete the training for each tier. We ask that you please respect us and do not share any of our training materials with anyone, as this is only for Uncommon Goods employees. We'll now go over the training agenda. Here's a brief overview of what we'll cover. So, what is exception in detail? One of our guiding principles, which is we own our role, the exceptions workload, and our SLAs. Using the credentials sent in your email, please take a moment to go ahead and log in. In the meantime, tier one of the exception workload consists of P&B, which is payment and billing, orders, and CT, which is for call tags. At the end of the training, you will all have a moment to practice in this workload. Then finally, you'll take the quiz. Keep in mind that 90% is passing. If you do not pass, then we'll follow up with the next steps. What is an exception? While our customers almost never have an issue placing an order on our site, sometimes we experience an exception to the norm. Our top three exceptions are orders arriving late or damaged, incorrect items or quantity received, or just some internal issues that we might have in UG that affects the service certification for the customers. When things like this happen, this is where our exception team comes in to save the day. Our top priority is to make sure that the customer remains happy. We own our roles. So each acceptance team member makes sure our customers are happy by resolving issues effectively. We process credits, handle returns, proactively contact customers when a problem is discovered, and analyze contacts for trends. We expect each team member to maintain a 90% or higher performance average, be reliable, so attendance is very important, be able to anticipate problems and present solutions. Appropriately prioritize the workload, effectively contribute to meeting weekly and daily SLAs, which is the service level agreement goals, sufficiently use any resource when assigned to a task, so the appropriate Slack channels, our FAQs, our admin, or Zendesk, and become an expert in each exception tier. We own our roles. So the exceptions FAQs. So here's a guide showing you how to get to the exceptions FAQs. And now I'm going to demonstrate in Zendesk. So when you log into Zendesk, this is what the home page will look like. You will go over here to the right where you see the four boxes. Go ahead and click that. Click Guide, Customer Service Team FAQs. And then if you scroll down, you will see the CS Exceptions Reference Guide. And it's about 8 articles. Next, we have our Slack channels. So each exception team member will be added to the exception team's Slack channel. For the exception team, you will use this channel if you have any update, you need an advice about a policy, or you're not sure about something. Then we have our CS updates, we have the CS expert channel, and then we have the CS suggestions, then DS help if you have a question for our DST. You will use the channel for only exceptions questions. You will not ask any exception question in any of the other channel. I will go ahead and pause here for a moment so you can review the information in these channels. Here are some of our slang or abbreviations we like to use here at Uncommon Goods. You heard me use things like CS for customer service, CT for call tags, P&B for payment and billing. I'll go ahead and give you a moment to review this and get familiar with our terms. The exceptions workload. The exceptions workload is broken down into 4 parts. You'll be trained, tested, and coached on all workloads. If you fail the test for any of these tiers listed, we'll follow up with the next step. Tier 1 of the workload consists of payment and billing, which is P&B, orders, and CT, which is for call tags. Tier 2 is for returns portal, RP, returns contact, intercepts, and address corrections. Then you'll learn about DTs, which is decision trees, and then Tier 3, convey dashboard, order shipping problems, and IE for international exceptions. Next, we have our SLA, service level agreements. Our SLA is measured on how well we treat our customers, and this helps us to keep our promise to our customers. It is important that we answer each ticket within 2 hours of the time it was received, and decision tree should be completed by the end of the workday, which is at 12 at midnight. All urgent DTs by 5 p.m., all returns within 24 hours, all convey dashboard issues within 24 hours. I'm going to pause here and give you a moment to review this slide. So, like most companies, we have our own internal jargons or slang terms that we'll like to use. While this is okay internally, we ask that you remain professional when speaking or emailing a customer. For instance, when speaking to a customer, do not use terms like UG, CT, or GCs. Instead, you want to use uncommon goods, prepaid return label, and gift certificates. Please make sure that you always tweak the subject lines. I'm also going to pause here and just give you a moment to get familiar with these as well. One touch resolution. As customers ourselves, we want our issues resolved quickly without any unnecessary back and forth. As an exception team member, we want our customers to have the same exact experience. So one touch resolution is key. This ensures a win-win for us and the customers. So while we understand that everything will not be one touch, we came up with some pointers to help you. Using existing macros and tweaking them in the subject lines. If a customer write back saying thank you can simply solve the ticket. No need to follow up with anything. This just cause unnecessary back and forth. Next, we have the ticket status. So new means that customer service still has work to do. Open means that we still have work to do. And pending means that we are waiting for something from the customer. If something is on hold, we're waiting for something from a third party. It can be the department, a carrier, or the customers. This status does not impact our SLAs. If something is solved, then nothing is left to do and the issue is resolved. I'm now going to demonstrate and show you what this looks like in Zendesk. So here you see that this is in yellow, and if you hover over, you see that the ticket is in new. If you hover over the one in red, you will see that it's open status and it's red. And then you want to see something pending or on hold. You hover over the P, you'll see that this is in blue. And then H is for on hold, which is in like a grayish blackish color. If something is solved, we will never see the solved tickets as those are closed out and completed and nothing is left to do. Next, we have our ATH, average handle time. So this is the time that we have to handle each ticket or situation. For instance, PNB tickets should take no longer than 3.5 minutes. At first try, you may not get this as quickly, but with practice, you will become experts. Keep in mind that the ATH is subject to change. I'm going to stop here for a moment and give you a moment to go ahead and review this page. So by now, you should have all received an email with your credentials of all of the below. If you do not have this and you have any issues with your credentials, please use the list of contacts for help. I'm also going to stop here and give you a moment to review this page. Here is a more detailed breakdown of Tier 1. So again, Tier 1 is consists of three parts. So we did go over payment and billing, orders, and CT. So in more detail, payment and billing, these are the what we use to charge or refund the customer. So we use Braintree, PayPal, Border-Free Service Gestures, or a check refund. Orders is consists of internal orders, gift certificates, edits and admin, split shipment, upgrade and downgrade, cancel orders, and a cancel order refund report. CT, which a customer can either receive a prepaid return label by email or physical mail.